4 years ago, I was an absolute loser. Now, I followed the societal blueprint and I done what everyone told me to do. Just be yourself. It's okay to be weak. Just be X, Y, and Z. And it never worked in my favour. And I was extremely confused. Now, I never had a male role model in my life until I found self-improvement, until I came across the whole self-improvement thing about 4 years ago. Now, through the past 4 years of being a loser, being suicidal, addicted to so many different vices, no female attention, no respect from other men, broke as fuck, no direction in life, I've been able to experience the other side of the coin. Now, I'm not going to sit and speak about the way that my life is now, but as you can probably tell, it is the complete opposite. I do pretty well in life. I win. I don't fucking lose anymore. And this is down to the things which I've learned. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to basically bust all of the issues with the noise in today's society, what people are telling you to do, and what happens when you do what they tell you to do, and what you should be doing instead if you actually want to win in life. So there are a lot of noise today in what truly makes a man. Some of the main toxic influences to young men being it's okay to be weak. Now the other side will say, oh, toxic masculinity, this and that. There's no such thing as toxic masculinity. These two things cannot be put into the same sentence, right? You have people that are masculine that are toxic, but there's no such thing as toxic masculinity. Men are believing that they're valued for their softness, appearance, and submissiveness. So men are so fixated on their facial appearance with this whole looks maxing thing. People are saying that it's okay to be soft, and men are being submissive as a byproduct of this. Now, the only people who are valued for their submissiveness, their softness, and their appearance is women. The only people who are favoured for how cute they are and how their energy is and things like that are children. As a man, you're valued by very different things. Now, I constantly see young men on Looksmaxing basing everything around their facial appearance. This is a massive issue, guys, because as men, we were not made to be beautiful creatures. We weren't built to be like that. That's not what we are valued for. We are valued for our competence. We are valued for what we can provide. We are valued for how we can protect, provide, how we can lead, and the things that we can do. So it's actually a really refreshing thing, because if you're not the most handsome guy, this actually gives you hope. So for me, I'm not the most handsome guy. When it comes to looks, Max, and I'll touch on this briefly, get a tan, get in shape, get a haircut that suits you, stay well groomed, and eat clean, don't use skincare products, and shower twice a day. That is literally, it's as simple as fucking that. Dress well. Dress well. You don't need to wear all of these stupid brands. Get in shape. You can go to H&M. You can buy some really nice looking fucking clothes and learn how to dress. And that's it. That is it when it comes to looks. Anything else doesn't fucking matter. Now, this is coming from me. I'm not the most handsome guy in the world, right? Definitely not. My facial appearance, it's not the best. Now, I have been with some very beautiful women. I get attention from beautiful women. When it comes to dating apps and stuff, I don't use dating apps that much, but when I download, say, Tinder, for instance, 1 or 2 days, I'll get over 50 likes on Tinder. Now, compared to a woman, that's nothing. 50 likes. Women get all of the fucking likes. They get all of the attention on Instagram. For men, it's very different. For men, you get attention with competence, but we don't get as much attention and validation as women do, especially if we are still young and we're part of the 80%. It's really the top 20% that take all the fucking women, and the rest just get none. They get 1 or 2 likes. Now, when it comes to the top 20%, I'd say I'm quite close, but I'm not at the top echelon yet, and I don't get thousands of women, that are interested. There are women that are not interested. There are women that reject me. That's okay. I'm still on my own self-improvement journey. I'm not the best version of me yet, but it's night and day compared to where I used to be. I wasn't attractive to any woman at all, and I was focused fully on my facial appearance. See, when I stopped focusing on my facial appearance, I got a nice haircut, I got in shape, I became lean, and I developed the confidence, the charisma, got into sales, worked on my communication skills, worked on my approaches, went on multiple dates, things like that. That's when I started to become attractive. Now, I see young men acting like simps. They've got their missus's name tattooed on them. They're submissive in a relationship. They just do whatever they can to make their woman happy. They just be themselves. They've got zero frame and messed up relationship dynamic. The issue with this, guys, is when you be yourself, you just act on impulse, you act on emotion, you act on what society has told you to do, and this does not favour you, because I see it time and time again. The guys that get their missus's name tattooed, their missus has control in that relationship. Now, I've been the guy that's been toxic and it's controlled my ex-missus when I was younger and things like that. Now, that's not what you want to do. But you want to be masculine, you want to hold frame, you want to take lead, you want to take charge, you want to plan everything. You want everything to be on your terms. Yes, gentlemen, be amazing to women, be nice to women. But there's a difference between being a good man and a nice guy. You don't want to be the nice guy, because the nice guys get shat on. The guys who are constantly available, now I'm not going to say to you, oh yeah, don't be available, just ignore them so they like you more. Like, no, just be that fucking busy, that focused on self-improvement, that you're just messaging your woman a few times a day. You're not seeing her every day. You see her once, twice a week. You don't live with her. You don't have her name tattooed on you. It's sort of, if she wants to tattoo your name on her, go for it. Feel free. Do not ever get a woman's name tattooed on your fucking body, because that is the most submissive thing you can possibly do, and it shifts the power dynamic away from your favour. Now, I'm speaking from hindsight. I've never got a woman's name tattooed, but I've been extremely submissive in a relationship. I've been way too available. I've given them way too much attention. Now, if you want me to make a full video on this, because I have a lot of clarity on this, I can. But I'll keep this strictly to what values you, and I'll just touch up on this very quickly. So, I see the way that men are treated when they follow the societal blueprint. So you're told to be weak, act on emotion, be yourself. The issue is with that, like I say, is you act on impulse. And what happens is when you do that, men don't respect you, women don't respect you, your career does not favour you, or your business does not favour you. And that's exactly what fucking happens when you follow the crowd. You cannot follow the crowd, because you will fucking lose. Now, what are men truly valued for? First of all, the biggest issue, such a big issue, women are telling you what you want to hear and what people tell them what they need to want in a man. But the pattern says different. So, women, when they come out on social media and you're hearing women talking about, yeah, I just want a man that's himself and is this and that and is weak and can be emotional and will cuddle me all day and we'll watch Netflix and we'll sit in bed. And that's the thing is as well, guys, you'll get into a relationship and a woman will want you. She'll ask you, oh, can you just stay in bed? Personally, for me, I get up at 5:30, I jump out of bed. Whenever I'm with a woman, she's always asking me to stay in bed. Oh, can we just cuddle for a bit? Oh, Tony, why do you need to do work? Can we just cuddle for a bit? And I'm like, no. Because the problem is, right, she thinks that's what she wants. And she does want that. But see, when you start giving her that, it's repulsive. It puts her off. Women do not understand what they actually want. They don't fully understand, except from the ones that analyse themselves, that actually genuinely do analyse what they want. Women will shit test you. Women are very, very, very fucking complex. The best thing for you to do is maintain masculine frame and do what needs to be fucking done. Spend time with her, yes. Treat her well, yes. If she's a relationship type of woman, buy her flowers, yes. Take her out, yes. But the issue is, women are saying what you want to hear on social media to protect their self-image. In reality, they want the guy who is masculine, who is charismatic, who is dominant, who is tall, who is strong, who is in shape, who is competent, who is making money. That's where all of these women go. All of these women want these guys, okay? They want the guys who are elite. They don't want the fucking losers. But when they come out on social media, they say it's okay to be a loser because it protects their self-image, because it makes them look good, because they think that by saying what society says, it's going to be good. But in reality, the patterns say different. Sometimes these women will go for a simp. Some of these good women will go for a simp because they want to have the control. They want to have that submissive guy that's just going to do whatever the fuck she tells them to do. Okay? But the issue is she's not actually attracted to him. She's only doing that for her own personal gain. And she thinks that she wants the cuddles and it's winter and she wants all these cuddles. But when she goes with this guy and he's giving her all this attention, giving her all these cuddles, off-putting tasks to just sit in fucking bed with her and things like that, basing his whole life around her, she ends up cheating on him. Look at the fucking patterns, genuinely. Look at the successful guys that aren't masculine. They're getting cheated on. Nagging. You don't, like, when you are one of these guys, your woman's always nagging. She'll end up cheating on you. She can't be in her feminine energy if you are not masculine. I've been in very good relationships with very good dynamics because I'm not a prick to women. I'm amazing to women. I treat them with so much respect. But I know when to shut off. I know when to block them the fuck out. I know when to focus on work. I know when to focus. And women fucking love it. Women love when you're focused, when you can just block them out and just be like, give me a few hours, I'm going to do some work. Then we can go to the sauna. Okay? They like that. They're attracted to that. They're like, yeah, he's fucking on his mission. This is a guy that I can settle with. This is a guy that I want. This is a guy that other women want. And that's what makes you more desirable. But anyways, I'm not going to go fully into this because this is like whole women topic. I don't want to make this video strictly on women, but I just want to give you clarity on that. So the issue with just be yourself is when you're just yourself as of now, when you haven't started self-improvement or you're just at the beginning of self-improvement, you're still mentally weak. You still lack discipline. You still don't have the good habits. You're still not the best version of you. You need to try and be someone else. That's what you need to do now. I know that's contradictory to what people tell you. And people say, oh, you're just faking this and that. When I changed my personality, when I changed my morals, my values, my creeds, my beliefs, the actions I took every day, people were like, oh, Tony, what happened to you? Why are you trying to act like someone else? People said to me, oh, you're trying to be Andrew too, this and that. Now, down the line, my identity is the identity of the guy that I created in my mind when I first started self-improvement. And people treat me like that guy. People now know me as that guy. The people who said, oh, Tony, you're just trying to be someone else, they now see me as that someone else. And why? Because it fucking materialized. Because the version of me that I was, if I continued to be him, if I continued to be myself, I wouldn't have fucking progressed. You need to change. I always go back to grabbing a notepad and pen, writing down the 2.0 version of you in fine fucking detail. How does he operate? Visualize how he operates. I done 10 minutes of visualization this morning. I don't usually do it Monday to Friday, but on Saturday, Sunday, I do more visualization, right? Now, I'm in my frame of who I am supposed to be, of who I want to be. I'm not being myself. When I'm being myself right now, who I am just now, I compound results because I changed who I was. But now where I'm at, I'm still trying to change. Most of the things I'm stuck on. Most of my values, they're all the same and they won't change. But the only thing that needs to change now is my daily process. And I need to change that and I need to take more action. I need to be 10 out of 10 fully aligned with the best version of me. I'll be honest, as of now, I probably put in only about 85, 87, maybe 90% effort. There's still 10, 15% that I can still give. And if I continue to just be myself, I'll never get that 100%. The modern man is average as fuck. He's insufficient. He is not self-sufficient at all. He has low self-esteem. He's always complaining and he's a leaf in the wind. He's constantly sailing through life. He doesn't have control of the wheel. That is the biggest issue because the societal blueprint will teach you to be average. You work 5 days a week in a job that you don't fucking like. You don't do any study. You don't invest in anything to progress your knowledge. You don't seek knowledge externally and you don't take action on it and it keeps you fucking stuck. Now, let me let you in on something. I started sales a month and a half ago. I put in so much fucking work. So much work, so much study, call listening. I built out nearly a full fucking notepad on sales, loads of documents on Google Docs. Like, I took it so fucking seriously. And I scaled right up. Okay. Last week I finished number 1 on the leaderboard. Okay. Now, I don't want to say this in a way of, oh yeah, I'm the number 1 in there, because I'm not. That was one really good week. Hopefully, we do it again next week. If I don't, that's completely fine, because I'm still new, I'm still learning. But the things that I learned from last week is what I'll be implementing. Now, a lot of these guys that are, and I'm going to go into the chameleon thing at the end, a lot of these guys in the office, they're just stuck. They're not taking enough action. They don't want it bad enough. And they've gotten complacent. Now, that's okay. We can't shit on people like this. We can't look down on people like this, because that's their own decision. These people are still good people, still great people, still helpful people, still people you can actually learn from, because they've got experience. But now I'm at a point where I don't ask them any questions. I only ask the top guys in there the questions. The top guys. Now, these guys have settled for average. In sales, they're making more than the average guy, and they're happy with that. But they still have the average mindset, and it still breeds average results. They will still end up with a woman who is relatively low value. They'll still end up in an okay house, but they want a bit more. Okay car, but they want a bit more. Okay 50-50 dynamic in a relationship, and it doesn't work, because it's half masculine, feminine, which doesn't work. There has to be polarity in the relationship. They get a little bit of status here and there, a little bit of respect and whatnot, but they don't get massive amounts of status, respect, and they don't have what they truly fucking want in life, and they'll just live average. A lot of these guys end up having low self-esteem. Every weekend it's going out, taking drugs, partying, and watching football. And they feel good in the moment, but they don't feel good afterwards. And they're like, there's always a thing in the back of their mind where they're like, I can do better here. But they don't. They just settle for average. In life as a man, being average, it does not fucking, it doesn't help. Maybe in the 1980s, being average, because the standard was higher for men, being average got you some, progress, got you some results. You lived a good life, you had a good woman, good house, you were able to buy a house with your average career. Now, it doesn't work. It genuinely doesn't work, because the standard for the average man is so fucking low. The elf bars, the FIFA, the gaming, the porn, all of this shit, all of this wasn't around back in the day. It wasn't around. We weren't controlled by TikTok. We weren't controlled by impulse. Now they are. So, the best thing, right, this sounds really autistic, be like Bond. James Bond. Watch a fucking James Bond movie and take everything from him. Okay. Now, you've got two options, right? You can look at the previous conquerors in history and how they done it. Take the mindset from them. But the way you act should be more like Bond. You should dress well. Do anything how you do everything. You should do everything with speed and efficiency. You should be charismatic. Now, to build charisma, get a fucking sales job, guys. Honestly, I wasn't very charismatic. I've never really been a charismatic guy. I've really just been a serious focus guy over the past few years. Going into sales made me so much more charismatic. It's unbelievable. Competence, charisma, excellence. If you look at James Bond, he dresses well. He has whatever woman he wants. He's competent as fuck. He can fight. He can shoot. He can do whatever he wants. He lives life on his own terms. He takes action. He doesn't sit and think and talk and say he's going to do X, Y, and Z, but doesn't take action. He is a guy of excellence. Masculine excellence. That's literally all it is. Be like Bond. Live like Bond. And I'm telling you, it'll come back in return. So, how to become a man of value. I'm going to do this off the dome. I wrote standards here. So first of all, you need to raise your fucking standards. You need to execute all variables of surgical intent. You need to accept nothing less than to perform in the highest standard in all aspects, skills, attributes, and fields in life. You need to build the skill set. You need to learn how to fight. You need to date around, learn about women, learn how to please your fucking women, is a big thing that guys don't know how to fucking do, which I do not understand. Obviously, I don't talk about things like this on my YouTube, but again, if you want me to discuss it, message me on Instagram, Tony MC Coaching, ask about it, I'll make a video on it, or leave a comment and I'll make a video on it. But I won't make videos on women and stuff like that until people start requesting further down the line. Boundaries. You need to set very specific boundaries when it comes to the brothers that you're around, when it comes to the environments that you're in, when it comes to the women that you date, the women that you choose to go into relationships with. Because the people that you're around, as humans, we mirror people, right? And if you mirror losers, you're going to start to adopt the identity, the standards, the thoughts, beliefs, habits, and actions of the loser. Because our brains are very malleable. So you need to choose who you're around. Last night, I was on the phone for 3.5 hours with one of my closest brothers, right? And all we spoke about was business, AI businesses. We were speaking about sales. We were speaking about psychology. We were speaking about some of the top guys in the sales industry around us, right? And the way that they portray themselves, the things that they do, the psychology behind everything. And we found a lot of clarity, okay? And we built out a plan of action moving forward on Monday to dominate fucking sales, okay? You need to have specific creeds that you live by. Be a gentleman. Like, this is just off the dome, by the way. Be a gentleman. Be a good man, not a nice guy. Hold yourself to the highest standard in every single fucking aspect. Do not watch any form of porn. Do not simp for any women. Do not treat men with disrespect if they are not on self-improvement. Treat them with respect. Treat them kindly. Leave all the doors open. Do not act on ego. Be extremely graceful and humble with your achievements and help people along the way. Okay. Only surround yourself with strong masculine brothers who are on self-improvement. Do not entertain low-value women. Do not lower your self-esteem by doing that. Do not lower your standards. Other things would be, do not act on emotion. Always be stoic, always be neutral. Intercept emotion. Convert it into logical action. Do not ever act on emotion. These are some base level things. I could again, I could do another video. I've got creeds written down, but I just don't have them on hand. Now, with the chameleon, right, you have to be a chameleon to an extent. This is the last thing. So when you start self-improvement and you start to become competent and you start to gain the status, you start to gain the respect, you start to see the fucking results, you feel like that guy and your ego is going to take over. Now, one thing that you cannot do, you cannot act too much like that fucking guy in front of people who are average, because it makes them insecure. They will try and backstab you, and it's not a pleasant thing to shit on everyone around you. It's not a pleasant thing. I come on social media and I speak the fucking truth, but I do not shit on people. I shit on some people, right, with just the things that I say. It's not directly though. And these type of people, see the people that I shit on in my content, if I met them in person, I'm not going to shit on them and give them advice, give them harsh, constructive criticism, because I know they can't take it. I know it's going to be a negative interaction, okay? Unless it's someone who is open to my external feedback, then I'll say exactly what I say on my fucking content. But you can't go around pressing your values, pressing your beliefs, pressing everything on people. Help people, but these people do not understand your point of view. They only understand the societal blueprint, and it's up to them to go out of their way and find self-improvement themselves, but treat people with respect. Don't treat people any differently. Obviously, you'll view them differently. Obviously, don't take advice from them if they're not in the situation that you want to be in. Help them if you can, but don't treat them with disrespect. So guys, that's how to truly become a man of value. Men are valued for what they can provide. Men are valued for their skill set. Men are valued for competence, nothing else. Yes, if you're an ugly fuck and you're fat as fuck and you smell and you don't take care of yourself, you're fucked and life will go against you. But it's very simple. It's very black and white. Be competent. Schedule in work blocks. Schedule in study blocks. Listen to audiobooks. Read books. Be observant, analyse yourself, surround yourself with like-minded individuals, strive for masculine excellence. Do not listen to the societal blueprint. So guys, I hope this has given you a bit of clarity. This is exactly what the younger me had to hear. So I hope that's the exact same for you. You can follow me on Instagram, Tony MC Coaching. Give me a little follow. I'll give you a little follow back if you're like-minded. And if you want to reach out to me and ask me any questions, feel free to ask me on that. Now, I have a full self-improvement course, which is going to teach you how to maximize muscle growth from my past year of fitness coaching, what I've learned with my clients that I've transformed them with, the past 4 years of training. And it also contains 2 diet plans, 2 workout plans. It contains a full course on how to quit vices, how I quit weed, how I quit porn, how I quit gaming and junk food, and etc. So if you're interested in that, that'll be in the description below. Have a little watch of the video, see if it's for you. And if it is, I'll see you in there.